All right, welcome back to our series where we are preparing for the PE civil exam. In this question, we're asked the following. A normal weight concrete mixture has a maximum aggregate size of 1.5 inches. The compressive strength, F prime C, is equal to 4,000 psi. There is moderate exposure to freezing and thawing. Neglecting tolerance, the recommended minimum air content is most nearly A, 4.5%, B, 5%, C, 5.5%, and D, 6%. So to solve this problem, we need to go to ACI chapter 19. And chapter 19 is concrete design and durability requirements. And that's basically what they're asking us, right? We're trying to figure out the air content, the minimum air content for a concrete mixture. And the reason that we entrain concrete with air is to provide it resistance to freezing and thawing. So when we go to chapter 19, we scroll down and we're going to try to find the exposure categories and classes. So if we go down, we're going to look at table 19.3.1.1. 19.3.1.1. Here it is. Exposure categories and classes. Okay. So they provide various conditions. The first one is concrete not exposed to freezing and thawing cycles. Well, here we know that there is moderate exposure to freezing and thawing, right? There is moderate exposure to freezing and thawing. So that's a key component of this question. And so here we look at class F1, concrete exposed to freezing and thawing cycles with limited exposure to water. And then the next one is concrete exposed to freezing, thawing cycles with frequent exposure to water. So here, there's nothing about exposure to water. So let's assume that we are class F1. Okay, so now that we know that we're class F1, we can figure out what the air content should be for that class. So we want to go down to table 19.3.3.1. Right here. Total air content for concrete exposed to cycles of freezing and thawing. And that's exactly what we're looking for, right? So based on the nominal maximum aggregate size, we get target air contents provided to us. So in our case, we're told that the maximum aggregate size is 1.5 inches here, right? 1.5 inches. So based on that, we go down to the table 1.5, and we're F1. That gives us 4.5%. 4.5%. And let's just go down to this section here. It says for F prime C exceeding 5,000 psi, reduction of air content indicated in table 19.3.3.1 by 1 percentage point is permitted. Well, we are target F prime C of 4,000 psi, so there's no need to do that reduction. And so our final answer is going to be choice A. And that's a good example of a question for the PE that is a simple lookup question, right? This question, it's very simple. It's just checking that you are able to read the question, know what chapter of ACI to go to, and be able to use some simple tables in order to calculate a design property such as the exposure to freezing and thawing, that minimum air content that we need.